Morning guys. So this morning, special day. So something that I've been probably working towards for 4 years of owning an EV, and certainly the 4 years of running this channel. I'm walking because I have no car, and we're off to London to pick up the new one. So here at St Pancras station, quick coffee, and next stop is Uber to the next location, which should be picking up the car. I'm running a bit early, a bit excited, but yeah, this should be an interesting change. Certainly for me, complete game changer. For other people out there, maybe not so much. Anyone that's watched the channel knows that I've been living with an EV without home charging for almost 5 years now, and we're still looking with the district council about getting turbocharge put in, so I can run a channel across the path from my house to a parking spot should I be able to park there, so I can charge. So anyone that's on Herts EVs or in the Hertfordshire area, if you write or email to the Herts District Council, and more pressure the better. But yeah, so next will be an Uber, which I've never actually done before, weirdly. So we'll give that a try for the first time as well, and then to the pickup. Hi guys, so here it is. My Tesla Model Y in white. And damn, is she beautiful. Now we're going to be called Mando after Mandalorian. But just checked it over. Absolutely, build quality is spot on. No problems whatsoever. And yeah, just need to get familiar with it, take it for a drive, and we're going to drive it to probably GridServe first for its charge. It's only got 70 odd miles on it, so we're going to take it to GridServe and yeah, charge up. But absolutely beautiful. It's been a long time coming. Two reasons for going for Tesla. There's another one coming in. One is I've always wanted one. Two, charging network. And it's just stunning. It's a stunning car, to be honest. The Model Y I wanted because of extra room. And this has got plenty of room. And finally, flat floor for my unicycle, and a ton of space. So let's go for a drive. Hi guys, so first drive. I've got a small percentage left on 26% that they put in the car, so not great. I wish they'd have charged a bit more, to be honest. 26% said 68 miles ish. So what we are going to do is go up to South Mims first and do the first charge, or a little bit of a charge. I'm not going to put too much in, and then we're going to go across to probably GridServe just for a few hours. I just want to get a feel for the car.
Feet, bear left onto Watford Way.
I must admit, whilst So the pickup experience was really good. It was very efficient, very hassle-free. Key cards handed over, sign. Then I went round and went through the checklist that my friend at work had sent me after getting his. Everything fine, and so I went round everything, just got familiar with stuff, because whilst I've driven EVs before, it's a bit different in terms of there's just a big screen and not much else. So I've done that. Brent cross charging was a bit of a pain to find, so I've given up on that, and I'm now going to go to South Mims for the first charge. It says 9.3 miles away. I'll get there at with 18% left, so that's fine. And it's already would have preconditioned the car ready for a charge, so hopefully we'll get a reasonable charge. I'm only going to put a certain amount in so I can get to Braintree, because I kind of want to go to Braintree anyway.
Left onto Watford Way.
But now getting out of London, which is hilarious at the best of times, and I hate driving in London because everyone's a lunatic, so the sooner I get out of here the better. But I must say, whilst the experience, because back in the day when Teslas first came out, it was very much a showroom with the cover over, da-da, there's your car and welcome to Tesla, blah 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 blah. It's very minimal now, probably just because the sheer number that they're now selling, which is is fine, and it's obvious. Takes a little bit of that special magic away. But as soon as I've got in this, I need to adjust the lumbar support and things like that, and I need to work out my Bluetooth on my phone. It connected originally, and the key card is synced fine, but it won't allow me to put music through it and sync it properly for some reason, so I'll have to work that out. Other than that, everything is spot on. The car looks beautiful, if I'm honest. It's an absolutely stunning car with this panoramic roof and everything. So I just want to drive it a bit today to get familiar with driving the car. I originally, when I drove a Model 3, I wasn't overly impressed with it. It was fine, and I ummed and ahed before jumping into a Tesla, but I must admit, this is a beautiful drive, honestly. So far, it's literally been 10 minutes, so take it what you will, and I'm still at that giddy new Tesla owner sort of experience. So let's take it for a bit of a longer drive, and I'll be driving it again tomorrow. There'll be loads of videos coming out. I want to do some really good long journeys. We've already planned a major one at the end of May for our first holiday, which will be driving from Hertfordshire up to York, and then York up to Loch Ness in Scotland, back down to Edinburgh and back home. So that'll be really good. I'm also looking at potentially going across to Belgium later in the year for a ride event. So yeah, a lot planned, and a lot of ventures, especially like the camp mode as well. For my birthday in April, I'm going to use this to camp rather than do a hotel or whatever. Yeah, overall, very impressed. Things like simple things. Charge mats for your phone, as standard. Why isn't that standard in all cars? And the navigation stuff, I mean, it's so easy and so responsive. Yeah, well, let's see how we get on. Let's get out of crazy town London, or the outskirts of London anyway, and then we'll see what we shall see. So we've just come out of London. In terms of slow driving and
now keep left to take exit 1.
Slow driving through London, really good. Out on the motorways, again, very solid. Again, handling's really good.
To the roundabout and take the third exit.
And we're just going to South Mims to do an initial charge.
Now enter the roundabout and take the third exit.
We're only going to top up a little bit so we can go to Braintree. Again, just to get more of a a feel for the car. First impressions are really good. What I had noticed and what somebody did tell me as well was that when you preheat, it does make a bit of a noise. It's not so much, to be honest, doesn't really bother me that much. You can hear it. But yeah, initial impressions, sat nav seems to be good. It's calibrated the traffic as well, so you can now see cars and things like that around you on the screen. So that didn't take too long. That was like 20 minutes of driving. Got my lumbar support sorted out and my profile saved. So obviously it automatically adjusts to you when you get in the car. Yeah, we're just going to have an initial charge for a bit. And this will be a start of more, I suppose, more of a vlog style from my point of view. I probably will still do things like reviews and, you know, obviously the unicycle stuff and things like that, but in terms of the car stuff and EVs and all that sort of stuff, it's going to turn into more of a
500 feet, turn left onto Swanland Road.
It's going to turn more into a vlog style videos. I hope you enjoy the new content. I was originally meant to go and see a friend of mine, Lee Wright. Big shout out to him, who recently got his own Tesla, and we was going to have a chat about Teslas, which we will do on this channel, and so that'll be coming up. So watch out for that. He's come from no electric cars, no EVs at all. So this is his first electric car. So that'll be a really interesting chat, I think, with him. So yeah, so we're just going to pull up to Southmin's charger, and this is my first time. Say my first time at a supercharger. It's my first time in a supercharger with a Tesla. I have charged the Zoe with a supercharger. So, but this will be my first time using it with a Tesla. So let's see how that goes. So we've just stopped at the Southmin's supercharger. I'm only getting 59 kilowatts, but I'm parked next to a Model X on the charger next to it, and I do realise that the chargers obviously are split when they're next to each other. It's quite busy, this one, so we're only going to charge up for a little bit, enough to get to Braintree, and then we're going to do a proper charge at Braintree. But that was easy. Pull up, plug in, charging, and as you can see on the screen, obviously tells you how much the current charge session is costing, how many miles, the kilowatt speed, so 60 kilowatts at the moment. That would have been probably double had there not been a charger next to it. Added 15 miles already, and then obviously, you know, your charge session in terms of how much, like, you know, you want to charge to. So that's pretty cool. Again, I've seen loads of videos, but you know, for me this is all new and first time. So but yeah, so far so good. I'm just going to have a look and see how far Braintree is from here, and then we'll plot in what we need. Currently its charge limit is set to 80%, but I'm not going to go up to that. I'm just going to nip in for a comfort break, something to drink, and then back out, and then we'll be back on the road. So just sitting here at Gridserve, just charged up, and just to get a bit more of a drive. So we're at, let's have a look, 91%, and shows 237 miles at 10 degrees. We already had quite a reasonable amount of charge, so there's, you know, wasn't expecting much in terms of charge speeds, but it's still charged incredibly quick. Just been checking out some of the features and trying to get used to all the menu stuff. So yeah, initial impressions are very good. Don't know what to tell you, really. I really enjoy it. I think it's a great car so far. You know, I haven't been disappointed. Like I said, my caveat of picking up the car was that it was what Tesla do now, which is, you know, a kind of a quick collection, zero sort of minimal touch sort of collection. You sign something and you get in the car and kind of go. They've told me got up to 7 days to report anything that's not right, but so far I went round the entire car as per the checklist, and it seems fine so far. No high wind noises or rattling noises or anything like that on motorways. That seems good as well. Some interesting comments on Twitter and stuff like that of why I went Tesla. I'll get into that in maybe the next vlog. But for me, it's charging infrastructure for one, and the car. So the car's fantastic. It drives really good, if I'm honest. I've driven loads of EVs. My last EV was the Peugeot E208 on ONE. That was good, but the charging was a bit rubbish. Zoe before that was really good miles and charge rate, etc. So that's a really good car. And then before that, my BMW i3 that I had for 4 years. So and along with all the other EVs that I've test drove. This, to be honest, Tesla is what I've always wanted since I started driving EVs. Not because of the name or anything like that. I love what Tesla have done. I think without them, EVs would be 10-20 years behind that they are now. They're still ahead of the game in terms of charging, software and all that sort of good stuff. But I mean, time will tell. Other manufacturers are catching up, but they still haven't got the charging infrastructure. And yes, the Tesla chargers are starting to be opening up slowly to other manufacturers. We'll see how that goes, but I personally think it's a good thing. You know, the more that people can charge and easier, the better. I've charged twice today, not because I had to. Well, the first time I had to, but the second time just because I wanted to, and it was so easy pulling up, plugging in, walking away, and you know, what's not to love, right? Decent range. Now this is not the long range or the performance, this is just a standard Model Y. I absolutely love it. I don't need more than, I don't know, 230 odd miles. In the summer that's likely to be a bit more, but and the good thing is with Teslas and things like that is that the range is pretty spot on. You know, I put in the sat nav where I was going. It said I would arrive here with about 58%, and bang on, it was 58%. You know, so it's pretty spot on, and the good thing is you can route your way with the Supercharger network as well. So that's the first vlog. Depending on how long I've rambled as how long this will be. There'll be more coming. And I hope you enjoy this episode, and I hope you enjoy more content like this. I'm not going to review the car because thousands of people reviewed the car. It's been out for ages. What I'm likely to do, like I said earlier in the video, is more kind of adventures with this car. Where can I go? What will I be doing, you know, with the car? Whether it be putting the EUC in the back and then going somewhere, whether it be on holiday, whether it be longer journeys. I've got quite a bit planned now that I've got the ability to, I suppose, do things a bit easier. You know, if I'm perfectly honest, why have the stress if you don't have to? I got to the point where I was lucky enough I could afford this, and weirdly the price I was paying for the E208 on ONE was 15 quid cheaper to have a Tesla from Tesla. So, you know, it just made sense. Anyway, thanks for watching. See you soon. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe. Check out my Twitter and Instagram pages. Some links and stuff below. See you later, guys. Bye.